So the standing miracle in Islam is the Quran. Uh, so it's the Quran literally means recitation, and so the origins of the Quran comes from messages given to the Prophet Muhammad, and the messages begin in the year 610, okay, in the Common Era, and beginning on what's called the Night of Power. Uh, the Prophet Muhammad begins to receive messages from God, and this messages over a 23-year period uh, become the Quran. Now, at that time, usually from religious sages, people who were claiming some sort of religious authority, people often looked for miracles from them. But the Prophet Muhammad refused to pander to any of that because people get easily swayed by miracles and by tricks, actually. And so he made the claim that the only miracle that he claimed was that of the Quran. And for him, he could not accept that with his own resources, limited resources, that he could have produced such truth, something so beautiful. And so it was clear to him that that was the miracle, the standing miracle. Now, so in the Quran is Muslims tend to read the Quran literally, and now there's a mistake that very many make with regard to, say, comparative religion, comparing, say, something like Christianity and Islam. So in Christianity, so I'll say XTY, the center of Christianity is Jesus Christ. In Islam, okay, the center of Christianity, of Islam, is not the Prophet Muhammad. Okay, it's not the Prophet Muhammad. The center is the Quran. That is where the equivalence is. Okay, so the earthly Quran we have here is something like an earthly facsimile of the uncreated Quran. It's a material crystallization of the infinite reality of the uncreated Quran. Now, as I mentioned, the words of the Quran came to the Prophet Muhammad in manageable segments over 23 years, and they came through the angel Gabriel. Sometimes he would be in a trance-like state, other times not. The Quran and Islam in general is very accepting of the revelation that came to the Jews and to Christians. And the Quran is the culmination. So it presents itself, it's the culmination of the revelation that starts with the Jews and the Christians. So the Quran asserts that the Hebrew and Christian Bibles record only portions of the truth. So these are, in a sense, partial truths, and then the Quran is a culmination of all these of truth. Now the Quran is final, and it is infallible. In terms of being the revelation of God's will. So in the Quran, God speaks in the first person. So God is speaking. God describes himself, and he makes his his laws known. And each individual sentence in the Quran is considered a separate revelation. And so it is hard to overemphasize how important the Quran is in Islamic life. And you have many millions of children worldwide who memorize huge swaths and large portions of the Quran. Okay, it regulates every decision. It regulates every decision and interprets every event. Okay, and it provides this different maxims to meditate on in private.